Today on Delta Safari, part 3 of exploring Eslava Creek. Let's head to the Delta. Hey, part 3 of exploring Eslava Creek, and this is probably the most important part. We're where Eslava Creek goes under McVay Drive. Just over there, Eslava turns into Dog River. Right behind me is a litter filtration system, and it collects a lot, not all, but a lot of the styrofoam, the paper, and the crud that's just floating in Eslava Creek. On its way to Dog River, where it then empties into Mobile Bay, where it then empties into the Gulf of Mexico. So I'm really excited today to show you this spot on Eslava Creek, and I brought my gear. I'm going to try and wet a line as well. All right, I am very excited to show you this. Down here on Eslava Creek, right under McVay Drive, just the other side of that bridge, Eslava Creek turns into Dog River. And it's very important that we keep this creek clean because of that. Dog River is a great fishing source, camping, there's a lot of beautiful homes on Dog River. And Eslava Creek has been funneling garbage into it for decades. But it doesn't anymore thanks to this. This is a trash removal system. I mean, this is spectacular. Out across that way, you got the pontoons floating on top of the water. Now there's a gap in there. I'll try and get around on an angle and show you in a second, so that canoes and kayaks and what boaters might want to come up this far can get through. But it still directs most of the water right through this contraption. And as you can see, it is full of crud. It is doing its job. That's what that means. That should be full of crud, and it's got crud. And all these cages and stuff, they filter out the garb, and it comes out here, much cleaner water, on down into Dog River. Then it dumps off into Mobile Bay. From there into the Gulf of Mexico. Everything's connected, y'all. Now here's a really good view of the crud and the filth. Now, we have had very low rainfall for our part of the country for about 2.5 months now. And that's why this really isn't too bad. There are clips that you can find on the YouTube that show this thing just completely jacked all the way up the creek that way with garbage after floodwaters, to the point that this whole stream gets blocked off with garbage. And thanks to things like this and efforts by various organizations, we don't have that problem nearly as much anymore, and that's a good thing. As you look up that way, that's Eslava Creek. And if you keep going that way, you'll get back to Fry Park that we went to last week. Keep going, you'll end up under Cottage Hill Road like we were at 2 weeks ago. Go far enough, you'll end up at Dreamland Barbecue. It flows down here. As you can see, this is a much wider, and I can attest, much deeper creek than it was the other spots we've been to. But once it crosses under the bridge here, it starts to become Dog River.
Eslava Creek Sessions is a non-profit organization that is helping to keep Mobile's waterways beautiful and litter-free. And they have partnered with organizations like Osprey Initiative, Dog River Clearwater Revival, and Keep Mobile Beautiful to work year-round in order to keep Eslava Creek beautiful. Not one of my better decisions here. I know it looks like this is level ground, but you see piles of leaves next to the rocks, and sometimes those piles are an inch or so deep, and sometimes they're a foot or more, and there's no way to tell until you step there. The city of Mobile installed this nearly $500,000 litter trap to help fix the pollution problem here on Eslava Creek. Just months after its installation, the litter trap had already captured more than 457 cubic yards of litter. That's 457 yards of litter that's no longer in the creek, which is a huge improvement. 7 years later, and one can only speculate how much trash has been removed thanks to this one trap.
Well, 3-4 casts in, I had that nice bluegill hit, and I thought, this is going to be a pretty good day. But nature has a way of humbling man, and I didn't get hardly any other strikes. In fact, I got one more right before I quit fishing. My lure was this big, the fish was that big. no way it was going on the hook, but you tried anyway. I had a lot of fun showing you Eslava Creek from its beginnings up by Dreamland Barbecue down through the Midtown area. Here we are just about to Dog River. And in the final part 4, we're actually going to visit Dog River and let you see what Eslava Creek turns into. And part of why it's so important to keep this creek as clean as possible. Until next time, I'll see you on the Delta.
I don't have thumbs or nothing, and it's hard for me to do it. I can't. I tried to use my tail, but it didn't work, and I got kind of sidetracked. And you don't want to know the details. Will you just click for me, would you?